Since the COVID-19 pandemic, mortgage delinquencies have risen 97% for single-family homes, according to data from the firm Black Knight. Those numbers are even higher for condos and townhomes and multifamily properties. The good news is that after the meteoric rise in delinquencies at the beginning of the pandemic, things are definitely starting to slow back down and return to normal. As of October 2020, there were about 3 million Americans who had home loans that were in forbearance, which allowed them to temporarily stop making payments on their mortgages. If you are a property owner with a delinquent mortgage, you might be wondering if it's possible to sell your home while you're in forbearance. Well, stay tuned because that's what we're going to talk about today. Hi, I'm Heather Mathias with Haven Real Estate Group here in Spokane, Washington, and today I want to talk to you about selling your home while in forbearance. First of all, what is forbearance? According to Katie McManus of Envoy Mortgage here in Spokane, Washington, forbearance is an agreement between the borrower, you, and a lender to temporarily pause or lower your payments for agreed upon time frame, usually not more than a year, without incurring late fees, as long as the payments are made according to the terms of the agreement. These plans are meant to help borrowers stay current on their mortgage while going through a hardship. Payments are not forgiven during this time period and will be required to be repaid when the forbearance period is over. Now, a lot of people wonder about the difference between forbearance and deferment. Deferment is very similar to forbearance. However, instead of paying the missed payments at the end of the time period, you tack those payments onto the end of your loan, and they're due when your final payment is due on your loan. If you have any questions about your options, I definitely encourage you to reach out to your lender directly and get some guidance on how these programs work, what options are available to you. Katie also wanted me to remind you that you're going to have the best options before you're late on your payments. So contacting your lender early in the process is essential. Okay, so that brings us to the point of what we want to talk about today, which is how do you sell your house while in forbearance? If you've decided you don't want to deal with that whole thing, or for whatever reasons you need to sell your house, but you're still in a forbearance situation with the bank, you might be wondering how that's all going to work. Okay, step one is to find out exactly where you stand. You're going to want to get an idea of how much you owe on your mortgage from your lender and have a good idea of what that number is going to be. And then you also want to have a market analysis done by a local real estate expert. I actually suggest getting more than one of these done because not all real estate agents are created equal, and you want to make sure this is a good number that you have to work from. The good news here is that many homeowners have positive equity in their homes because of the aggressively rising home prices we've all been impacted by because of how low our housing inventory is. Equity is basically the difference between what you owe on your mortgage and what the home is worth. So if your home is going to sell for $200,000 but you owe the bank $150,000, you have $50,000 of equity. For an instant home evaluation, that's just, it's computer-based. It's not going to be perfect, but it's a good place to start. You can click on the link below. I've included a link to my home evaluation tool. So once you have the numbers for how much you owe on your house and how much you think your house is going to sell for, you can set a home selling budget. You can check out my home selling budget. I'm going to link that in the description below as well. Oh, it's actually inside of my home seller guide. So you just download the guide and there's a little budget planning tool in there that can help you estimate some of the fees and costs that go along with selling your home. And you can figure out how much you're going to need to spend to get your home sold for top dollar. But an important step now that you know, hey, hooray, I have some positive equity. This is going to work. We can go ahead and sell and, pay off our forbearance loan. What you need to make sure you know first is where are you going to go? Are you going to take that equity to give yourself a fresh start and move into a rental? That's a good option. Or are you going to take that equity and get a new loan and move into a new home? A lot of homeowners don't realize that they actually do still qualify for a mortgage even though they've been in a forbearance plan. So that's something you're going to want to talk to your lender about as well, or reach out to some additional lenders to find out who can work with you on that. If you have any questions about that, you can definitely give me a call and I can make some great recommendations. Once you've got your home selling budget together, it's time to get started. Some of the essentials when it comes to getting your house ready to sell for top dollar are decluttering your home, doing a deep clean, and addressing any essential renovations or deferred maintenance. If you're not sure about kind of what level to go to on this is a great conversation to have with your real estate expert as you're going through and setting your budget. How much should we plan to set aside for renovations? How much maintenance do we actually need to do to get the top dollar that we're looking for? Remember, your home is one of your greatest assets, and now is a great time to look at getting the most out of it that you can so that you can move forward with whatever your next plans are in life. For a complete guide on how to get your house ready to sell, you can download a copy of my home seller guide, which will give you the budget and some great tips on what the essential things are that you need to take care of. This has been an unprecedented year for all of us, and navigating the path for how to care for ourselves and our families has become increasingly complicated. If you're ready to sell your home, regardless of the circumstances, don't hesitate to reach out for expert guidance. Also, there's several resources I've linked in the description below while I was researching the topic of forbearance that you might find helpful as well. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon.